Hi team, going through beginner curriculum. We're on rotation 1, working on black stripe, lower body. We have a couple kicks we're working on. The first one is a front snap kick. Now for warm-ups, after you've warmed up, your muscles are loose. A great way to get really flexible for the stretch is to practice leg swings. A leg swing after the muscles are warm is where you practice keeping the leg straight. You just swing the whole leg up, put it down, and then you try to raise it a little bit more. And you put it down. You try to raise it a little bit more. You put it down. You try to find where your threshold is. It's a good stretch for getting those hamstrings loose to be able to really pop those kicks off. The first one though, your front snap kick, what you're gonna do is this. This is designed to be facing towards that. If I'm towards you, hands are up. I want my elbows to be somewhat in to protect my rib cage here. I'm gonna chamber the back knee up just like that. After the knee comes up, you're gonna snap the kick out, refold it, and put it down. The goal is, on a front snap kick, to hit with the ball of the foot right there. So when you're throwing your kick, this is one where it's going right to the abdomen, knee is coming straight up first. From there, it's gonna pop out and then back in and come back down. In class, a lot of times we do warm-ups with high knees. If you're picking your knees up like this, that's chambering for your front snap kick. The next thing we're tying into it is to do your snap kick getting away from somebody. If you're too close, they're right on top of you, and I'm here, I'm gonna have to jump back to create that gap to shoot that same snap kick. So you just do a simple step slide. The step slide, if I'm in a forward stance, I pick my back leg up, I just hop backwards, and then that gives me the gap that I can throw my kick. Make sure you're working on really locking those kicks out and holding them in place. The other kick you guys have for your black stripe is to do your front thrust kick. Now the difference as far as setup, a snap kick is more defensive. You snap it out, you pull it back. The thrust kick, that's us going to them. So what we're gonna do is, instead of throwing your knee up like the high knee we did a second ago, we're gonna do it where we try to pull our knee rather than here, foot below the knee, we're gonna pull the knee towards the shoulder like this, so the foot is in front of the knee. Once the foot comes up in front of us, we just thrust it forward, and then you step into the kick. So again, on your front thrust kick, my hands are up, my elbows are in, I pull the knee up, I shoot the kick out, and then I step into the kick. Those are your two main basic techniques. We're also working on tying your belt this rotation. For tying your belt, if you ever have to tie your belt, it should end with an arrow to your right. For tying, now I'm reversed from you guys, but from this position, I would take my right hand, and the right hand goes over my left hand. From there, the one that's on top is gonna come up and shoot up like a bottle rocket. Now, when you do this, if you have a double wrap, I have a second one here around my waist, it would go under, not through the first spot, but under both of the belts. I pull it tight. Once I'm there, if you look, I have one side coming up on top. I realize it's challenging seeing a black belt on a black uniform, but bear with me. From there, the one on top is gonna stay on top, and if you do a small half turn outwards, it makes it so it'll tie smoother. The bottom one jumps up, dives down in, and you pull it tight. And you should have an arrow to your right. Last thing, for the black belt program students, you guys also have your nunchucks this seminar, this cycle through. For nunchucks, we're working on just a couple basic things to start. Nunchucks in hand, working on a figure 8 is the primary focus this week. So your hands would be up like this, and you just come across one side, then the other side. And when you do a figure 8, it's not just this motion. On the ends of the 8, on this side and this side, it actually comes back towards you and then it goes back. So at the X, right in the middle, at that point, it's going out away from me, but then on this side of the loop, it comes back towards me. It goes out away from me, and then it comes back towards me, just to give you an extra pull on it. So if you can do that, if you feel comfortable with the figure 8, just start right there. If you don't, then start by doing big sweeping motions. Your hands up, you slash down and across. Bring it up, slash down and across. Slash down and across, and then if you can do that, and you can do the little figure 8, then I want you to practice going from big to little. So I would start with big slashes, and then from my big slashes, I would tighten it up. And then I take it back into big slashes again, and then I tighten it up. If you can do that, then it's time to start on your other hand as well. Same thing, you have your little figure eights and you have your big figure eights. Work both of them. Now next time we come around on black, we'll be giving you the option to do the reverse figure eight. Reverse is the same thing, but instead of going down, you slash up and across. Slash up and across. As you're doing that motion, if you tighten it up, it becomes a reverse figure eight. The way to know the difference is if the nunchuck would hit me and make me look up, that's a figure eight. If the nunchuck would hit me in the face and make me look down, then it's a reverse figure eight. That should be everything for right now. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Other than that, we will see you in class.